Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the L'Oreal Men Expert Invitational. And of course, we have for you the lower bracket round here, RipNTear versus Notick. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm joined by Matsy. How are we feeling about this game, Matsy?
I am super excited to see Notick come up in action again, up against RipNTear. Both these teams have really shown some promise coming into the games tonight, and they've certainly showcased some impressive results because, Tony, Notick were able to take a map of ExoClan.
Definitely interesting to see. It was Haven 13-11, and of course, the vetoes have gone underway. It will be Haven, our first map, picked by RipNTear, then Ascent by Notick, Bind to be the decider. But yeah, as you said, Notick playing a very upset-heavy role here. I believe if we look over at the groups, they were seeded as one of the lower teams, just like RipNTear.
It actually kicked off, and yeah, Notick certainly weren't picked to be a team that would perform as well as it has. And honestly, it's a pleasant surprise to say the least, because if teams are going to be exceeding expectations like that, it really goes to show that they're starting to set benchmarks for the region. It goes to show how we've all grown.
I believe the analysis was not a chance Notick make it out of group. And well, here they are, providing and destroying expectations. They even almost took a game off of order, went 13-15, of course, in the group stage. And a very, very interesting Notick roster, of course. They've got Kamzi, Sicko, Pixel, Infrequence, and recently adding a CS prodigy in Noisia.
Yeah, certainly a lot of players from the CSGO background coming into the game there. So I feel like just based on that, they certainly do have a lot of experience behind them, which certainly can attribute towards their success.
And of course, we are live into it. It's the first map of this best of three for the lower bracket finals. Notick, RipNTear, do or die. Their final series of the Invitational, and who will go on to face the loser of Order EXO after this tomorrow, of course, at, I believe, 4 p.m. Or was it 12? No, yeah, 12, and then 4 p.m. for the grand final to finish it off. And again, I want to give a quick shout out to L'Oreal, of course, for providing us this lovely invitational. Intel as well for some lovely, lovely computers up for grabs and a lovely prize pool at that. And of course, shout out to all the admins and everyone behind the scenes over at Chiefs, of course, making it run so smoothly. But Matt, we're into our first map here.
Yes, we are. I did manage to restart my game, and now I'm back into the action. Looks like the side of Notick getting the opening frag there onto Void, sending him away. Koro going to fall down as well, so a nice couple of picks coming through on the side of Notick, even picking up a further one. Now it's a 2 versus 5 situation. Oh, Lukey right-clicking through the smoke there, finding a dink. Unfortunately, not able to sink the player. Oh, does fade away. Lukey getting a bit lucky. Scroll's falling down though, so it's 1 versus 4 here. A few of the players are damaged, but I feel like the side of Notick are going to have the edge. Power in numbers, Tony. Lukey trying as he might. His fight is over.
And Infrequent with the final kill to deliver Notick the first here on the pistol. Of course, as you said, RipNTear's map pick, but Notick aren't afraid to play Haven. They played a very close game, of course, against the side of EXO, and, well, rightfully so. They're really looking to upset and prove a name for themselves this evening, Matt.
Yeah, both these teams certainly going to show that they belong in the upper echelon of the region, the upper echelon. So let's see who will be able to come out on top, who will face the loser of the upper bracket game.
It's looking like a B hit to come in early there. First from Noisia, a second light up onto the spike carrier there, and a third as well. Pistol whip comes out, but it's Kamzi to back him. And quick like that, Notick clean up, flawless defense round there. Not even giving RipNTear a chance to get into B.
Really solid hold coming through from the Notick guys in that one. Ellen Page certainly taking a page out of their strategy book. Managing to maintain a very solid stance over that B spike site, and I'm eager to see how they shape up coming into this round, because it looks like they've alternated their hold a little bit.
And, well, of course, now RipNTear will have the money to buy these Vandals, these Phantoms, anything they could muster up here. And Frequent going for a peek. It's the Marshall dash. Normally see that from the Operator, but again, he didn't have too much money to purchase here. Noisia getting very far pushed up. He's got the crossfire held with Infrequent, and RipNTear, they're going to be taking some mid control. Sent Lukey and Koro over towards that mid side, and they're going to have to deal with Calmsy towards the right of B.
Yeah, Calmsy certainly could shape up to be a thorn in their side if not dealt with. We'll see exactly how they choose to approach that one, though. Obviously, the side of RipNTear taking it a little bit more slowly, trying to think about where they might be able to find something. Once they find that vulnerability, or crack, if you will, then they can just pry it wide open.
It's interesting to see it's getting very down to the wire here. RipNTear not wanting to go too soon, but not too late either. 35 seconds, and now everyone starts to group up towards middle here. And I believe Koro will be our first point of contact. A flash in his hands and will be tossed out to the right. The walk up, the paranoia in return, as now they try and get onto B, but Noisia is still in the site, making a mess of things. A 3K pulls out the pistol and takes it to town on RipNTear, and well, that spike's still in the hands of RipNTear, but they can't quite get themselves into any site right now.
Yeah, just starting off with a struggle, and you see Scroll is forced to latibulate, just hiding away in the attacker side spawn for the moment. Luckily was able to save out the Phantom there, but regardless, Tony, it's a hard hit that they're being dealt here.
Definitely is a strong start for Notick, and well, if you're a fan of them, this is what you want to see. RipNTear maybe still a little shaken up after their series against Order. Of course, 2-0 sweep, but a close one in that first map. We saw RipNTear really go to town, and well, that's what we want to see from them in this series. Unfortunately, not the showing that they want at the moment. Oh.
Nice start to come through from Notick there. 3 kills across the board. Oh, it's all just raining Notick right now. No worries for them at all. They are just remaining composed. And you see Ellen Page already on 10 kills.
It definitely is looking rough here. Noisia showing up absolutely huge already, and that looks to spell disaster for this series. Of course, Calmsy as well, shortly behind him. Of course, 5 kills though, between the first and second. And of course, for RipNTear, very limited kills on their board. Only 1 for Skrull and only 1 for Greg. And well, we have to see maybe a little more come out of them. So RipNTear need a bit of a lifeline going into these next few rounds.
The preparation needs to be absolutely sound. They need to make sure that they are ready for anything. This off angle from Infrequent gonna catch them off guard though. A nice triple kill from Infrequent. Death from the shadows, absolutely dismantling any form of attack that the side of RipNTear would have had behind them.
Just straight up discipline from Infrequent, and that's what you want to see from Notick. Just outbraining RipNTear. It appears the break has left them a little unhinged here, and well, Ellen Page, Noisia up on top of the box. Rains down hell from above. 5-0 Notick, starting off this game in a very convincing manner.
Certainly taking complete control over this map right now, Tony. They are having everything under quarantine. Nobody is being allowed any sort of presence towards the sites. Like RipNTear, they're really trying to think things through, trying to prepare themselves, but with those little crevices being left unchecked, you see that obviously it can dismantle their plans completely.
Well, only pistols again for the side of RipNTear. Sicko's getting one already through that smoke. Here's the dash up, has the flash in hand. Void is on the other side of him. They're bouncing around each other, jiggling around. Void does find the kill with the knives, but Infrequent is quick to trade RipNTear finally found themselves a site to work with. They will get that spike down in a moment's time there. Void with a left click. Misses the first, but gets the second. 3-3. Low HP for RipNTear, but finally a spike plant to come out.
RipNTear doing a really great job at trading each other out as well. It's all the way down to a one-on-one situation now. Oh, he knows exactly where he is as well, Tony. This is perfect for Void. Just needs to try his best. Oh no, he's actually ran out of the knives, and that is going to be it for the round. Ellen Page saves the day. 6-0 for RipNTear.
That's the thing, a flashback to a game of Counter-Strike. There's both players really eager to peek that, find the headshot, but unfortunate circumstance for RipNTear. Void just ran out of knives and couldn't quite get it done. Notick up 6-0 and not looking to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, just looking like an immovable object at the moment, Tony. Nothing can stop them in their tracks on the side of Notick. RipNTear just stuck in the thick of it at the moment, seeming like they are stuck in a pit of quicksand. No matter how much they struggle, they just keep falling deeper and deeper. But let's see if this round they might be able to escape. Someone's thrown them a rope and they can climb out safely.
Scroll. Be using that owl drone, trying to spot every single corner, because Notick could be playing anywhere right now. I don't even know if they saw Infrequent up on top of the box there. The swing's going to come out to run it back. He gets the kill on the fadeaway. It's Calmsy actually chiming in. He's got backup. Very well played here by the side of Notick, and Calmsy's still there. Needs to get himself to safety. Will use that smoke. Spots the first on a Koro, walks it out. And Notick are just dropping these players like flies. It's left to Lukey and it's left to Greg. What can they do? A 4v2. Spike still in the hands, and they can rotate out if they choose to do so.
There certainly is possibilities available to them. Lukey and Greg going to be the remaining two players on the side of RipNTear. And Lukey tagged significantly low as well. Does have a cyber cage available. Might be able to gain some ground with that one. Looks like the cameras would indeed spot somebody though. Oh, Lukey opening things up for business. Some fantastic kills to come through. Now it's got a stance onto the round, Tony. This is certainly looking possible.
Power peeking his corners there, and of course Infrequent, very low HP, and the flash will come out. Tries to shut Lukey out of that position, but he's just going to duck back into the corner. 2v2, and this could be the first RipNTear find. Of course, Sicko still with a flash in his hands there. Lukey though gets the fourth on for the ace, and Greg's gonna bait out the shots here. The pre-fire comes in, Greg gets it done. RipNTear finally finding their first round off the back of a 4K from Lukey.
Just a fantastic effort coming through from the side of RipNTear there, showing that they aren't down and out of it yet. They still have a lot of fight left in them, Tony. And that could be the first of many.
First of many to come. Of course, they're going to need 5 straight to even tie the half up. Already feels in the bag for Notick. And, oh, much needed one. It's going to be op for Infrequent, and he's going to be the one peeking towards C. And if I'm RipNTear, I wouldn't dare show face. Our drone being spotted. Shot out immediately. They know the op's in play now for the side of RipNTear.
RipNTear opting for the slow approach again, just being a little bit more passive this time. Holding their ground, just waiting to see if their opponents might give something away as to their position. But as we say that, they have played into the hands of the Notick side here. Already getting taken on the opening pick. Greg at least able to trade it back, however. Now they're trying to rush their way onto the site. Pixel's able to respond in kind, though. Taking out Koro, trying to spray through and pick up another one as well. Things working out pretty favorably on both sides. Notick coming out on top thus far, though.
RipNTear have wrapped their way towards Garage, and it's going to be up to Sicko. Vitelli coming out over to A, but will be dissipated here. And Sicko, oh no, not like this. Don't rotate out just yet. Oh my god, shot straight to Lukey's dome. his haircut gone. And now it's left to 2 members of RipNTear. They will get that spike down, but the retake's going to come in really quickly, man. I don't know if they have anything to answer here.
Yeah, certainly are going to have to try their best to formulate a response. Scroll at least takes out Seiko there, Greg. One man, one job. He gets it done. That is going to be the round, Tony. Greg with a nice 4K to close it out, clutching it for his team. Now that's their second.
First Lukey, now Greg. Oh my lord. These 4Ks are coming in when RipNTear need them most now. You look at this scoreboard. It's 16-2 though still for Noisia. And having a phenomenal start to this game. And well, RipNTear now needs to bounce back. They've got 4 more rounds to work with, and feeling on the up end of things now, going into the later stage of this half.
And I'm sure they're going to be praying that it remains that way, Tony. There's going to be a lot of groundwork they're going to have to put in if they do want to close the gap between them and Notick right now. 6-2. It's not an ideal start, but there still is that room for reprieve, room for redemption as they start to kick their way onto the A side.
Kicking and screaming now. Paranoia comes out. Noisy, here's the dash. Void actually wins that duel out. Another from Koro. And now they have an ace site to work with this time. RipNTear coming in with a vengeance. And there's a kill being found on the other end of the map. It's Lukey getting taken out by Sicko. And 3v4. Pixel needs to go absolutely huge here. The showstopper, a good nade towards Underheaven, reads the play. Paranoia comes out, no peek just yet. Disciplined here from RipNTear, and or the side of Notick, they need to go big. Calmsy already finding 2. Flash towards lowers, showstopper pulled, scroll taken as well. Left to Void, finds the first, but the tap is coming fully in. He gets the kill. Void gets away to safety, but in the end, he will be banged out. Sicko closes it. 7 to Notick, and oh, that round could have gone any which way, but Notick come in hot with the retake.
My, oh my, Tony. What a dominant performance coming through in the end there from Notick. Just taking complete control over the round, making sure they can take that ownership. And now you see that's going to leave RipNTear down in the dumps. Their eco not looking so great. They can pick up a submachine gun or 2, yes, maybe some pistols as well, but it's going to be a really difficult task to come back from here.
Feels that way. Infrequent though. Oh my god, Infrequent over the top. Maybe even a 3rd, a 4th, potentially in the works, but he's only going to tag them low. Pulls back to safety, down to 30 points of HP. Pixel though, a good spot to back him up. Noisier now in his trusty true corner just to the right of B site, and well, that's left RipNTear wondering maybe B might be in the cards. Not so much. C taken down. Sicko with a double, and Lukey left 1v4 just like that, finished by Calmsy. 8-2 with Notick are absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah, they burn so bright. The embers are sparking. Let's see if they can continue to spark or if they may be fizzled out. So we do have 2 more rounds, including this one in the half here, Tony. 2 more opportunities for RipNTear to get some rounds back.
They're going to need some sort of a miracle here, because everybody on the side of Notick showing up huge where they need it most here. Infrequent. And of course, Noisia. And a very, very nice crossfire towards lower.
Their positions are going to be crucial here. Lukey takes out the first one. Infrequent trying to swing on for the trade. Does pick up 1, but unfortunately gets traded out in kind. Run it back. Going to be issued from Koro there. Trading as well. Scroll has fallen, but now the site has been gained nonetheless for the side of RipNTear. Now they have Sicko and Pixel to deal with. Pixel going to try and rain down some death from above. Do you feel like he's going to fly through like a dove, Tony?
He needs to come in eloquently, and well, Rolling Thunder is in the hands of Sicko if he decides to use it, though. Void's already banged him out. Sicko needs to go for it all on his own. The 1v3, flash flies, and Koro to finish. A beautiful third round and a beautiful entry there by Koro.
Great way to pick things up for the side of RipNTear. A very crucial round for them. They need as many as they can get at this point. Obviously, the winners of the half will be Notick taking the 8th round. But let's see if it will be either a 9-3 half or perhaps 8-4. It's all going to be on the side of RipNTear right now. The pressure's on. Let's see if they can do it.
And I feel this is not how you want to start a first map off, and Teleport going to come out straight into that smoke, but does dissipate. It's RipNTear showing a lot of presence towards C here. Void's already out and up in the site. Smokes himself off CT, gets that kill onto Sicko, but the rest of Notick are there to frag. Pixel finding that kill as well. Neural Theft being used. Now it's up to Lukey and Greg. They have Neural Theft used, so they know the position. They hear the telly. They gotta know. The Omen is teleported over to the other side. It's up to Pixel here to fend off the C site. And of course, that's where RipNTear are deciding to go, Greg. And Lukey walk their way through Garage.
I really like how they faked out the commitment towards the A site, and now they're just trading their way all the way over towards C. They still have a player to deal with in Pixel towards Long, but if they plant it right at the back of the site where they are positioned right now, they certainly do have a chance.
We're also going to have to be careful of a CT peek here. Calmsy is walking his way slowly up, though. Lukey gets the first and a trade kill. Good damage being done here. Pixel snuck his way up, though. They're not going to expect him so close. Paint shells toss. And well, now here comes the peak. Noisy to find the final kill. 9-3. Notick with a blowout first half here on RipNTear's map pick.
Yeah, certainly taking early control here, and it is great to see it, Tony. You need to be able to take that early control if you want to be in contention to take the series tonight. So let's see if they can maintain that momentum coming into this next half. Because obviously we did see some sparks of life coming through from RipNTear towards the later stages there. And maybe they might show it again coming into this next one.
Hopefully we see something from RipNTear because they're looking very, very lost. Notick continuing their good form that we saw from them against EXO, against Order, and really showing up big in this Invitational. And of course, seeded 4th at the current circumstance, I would rate them very, very high. I'm even 3rd at this stage. They're looking very hot to go all the way. They're going to have to deal with RipNTear and then the loser of EXO Order after this. And not for now, pistol round to start it. Pixel's already found the first kill.
A nice start for the side of Notick, and they even line up the second. Scroll at least manages to get one back, though, trying to find them all. Infrequent trying to rain out death from above, but it's all Pixel today, Tony. Pixel doing all the work. Now it's all on Lukey for RipNTear. So much damage has already been done. He's trying to dish out something, but the abilities are just too much for him. You see the suppressing fire certainly pulling off dividends, but as we say that, Infrequent has fallen. It's all on Lukey. 1 versus 2, trying to line up one, but Seiko gets it done.
Just like that, 10-3. You expected maybe a RipNTear pistol round to come in, but not so. Notick continue this streak of dominance. Of course, 6-0 to start it. Dropped a few in between, but still keeping the streak going now. 10-3, and what can RipNTear really do against this Notick side bat?
I feel like RipNTear need to take the fight to them. They need to stop giving the side of Notick so much freedom and flexibility to do whatever they please. Because as you see, Tony, from even the early stages of every round, they plant themselves. They know exactly what they're aiming for. The plans are already set in motion, and giving them such flexibility and freedom to maneuver their way around to achieve their goals really is going to hinder your team's success in the long run.
It's interesting to see they've sent Void so far down C-Long, and he's in a very nice off angle. It will be checked though. Noisier with the bigger brain. Started off though, trade by Koro towards Garage. They know the C hit is coming in here, and RipNTear are gonna have to hold on strong. They're already rotated 3 in. Paranoia's good, blinds everybody from the side of Notick. It's another kill by Greg, and Noisier tries but can't get anything done. The dash to bait. Infrequent here now needs to hold. He gets 2 through that smoke. Down to the 1v1. He dashes up, pulls out the Bulldog, but Scroll does it better. He holds the line. RipNTear with a much needed 4th. But Infrequent is looking scary as well, Matt.
Oh, Infrequent is like the Grim Reaper, ready to take their life away. Let's see if he will be able to bring out the scythe tonight and slice them from the mortal realm.
He up to now, RipNTear, of course. He really need to continue this hot streak. Of course, they've got Bulldogs, they've got a Spectre, and they've got pistols only. It's a shot through that smoke. Infrequent with his Sheriff will take down a player. Sorry, that's Void. I tell a lie, it's Void. Frequent got a... Wait, what? He's got... Okay, I think the scoreboard's bugged, but the plant's coming in. Notick have got themselves into the site. It was Infrequent to get that kill. And now they set up for the 4v5 post-plant map.
4 versus 5 post-plant. Certainly have done some great work to get the spike down. Let's see if they can maintain it, though. Everybody on the side of Notick trying their hardest. Want to maintain this control. Zico able to pick up Koro there, though. Lining up another. Unfortunately not able to get it done. 1-on-1 situation here. Greg trying as he bites. The smoke disappears. Oh, he gets the shot, Tony. Greg gets it done again. The clutch coming through, and that is 5-10.
There is no way, Pixel. All you had to do was press mouse 1 twice and you won that. Not like this. Greg going huge though. Calm under the chaos, and what, 5-10 now. RipNTear starting to claw it back, but this time it's guns here for the side of Notick.
Let's see if they can bring out the big guns here. All guns blazing. As the side of Notick look to set themselves up for an A-take here. They've got a couple of players that they need to deal with, though, in Void and Scroll. Scroll finding them early. Infrequent, however, being a thorn in their side. As you said, Tony, he's going to be something that they're going to have to deal with. And that Hunter's Fury actually proving to be a detriment to them, because now their A side has fallen apart. And now Notick going to be able to get the spike plant down from the start.
Just like that, Notick making another 5v4 side of RipNTear. They've still got a few players to utilize here. Koro still has flashes, the wall, the molly as well. But they are getting locked out completely. Luki raining down help from above. Can't quite find any more kills. It's Infrequent finding another, and Pixel struggling to line up that spray. Will find it in the end. Infrequent with his 4th. And just like that, Notick bounce back after a rough round. 11-5. And on track to claim a convincing map 1.
A great way to finalize that round there, and now they are 2 away from potential victory on this first map of the series, Tony. And you certainly do want to take map 1 if you want to start off feeling confident, feeling happy. But let's see if RipNTear has a thing or two to say about that.
Shock dart. Good Koro. Immediately the run it back denied by Infrequent. He knows what's going on. A lot of players stacked up on this B site for RipNTear, and Notick, a leisurely stroll around the map, of course, just in spawn for the time being. Trying to find some early peaks from the RipNTear side, but they're playing it smart and safe this time. No one over-aggressing, and, well, they've left the A site completely open.
This could really come back to bite the side of RipNTear. Like, all they have is Lukey with the camera towards the short position. Does spot them out, so hopefully RipNTear can play around that now. Start to tread their way over to the site because, as you see, so much freedom being given to them. Notick have just taken complete control.
Oh, no way. The timing. Pixel holding on to that showstopper for the last second there. And we'll find an early kill onto Lukey. And again, 5v4 at this A site. Noisier and Infrequent towards Long. Pixel in the corner where they need him. And, well, only pistols here. And they're trying to get themselves into this site. Greg has found another here. Void gets himself dropped into the site. 2 left for RipNTear to try and find this defuse. But they're going to have to fall back, run to safety, keep the guns. They're going to give it up. 12 now, match point to Notick.
Match point. 1 round between them and potential glory on the side of RipNTear. They're starting to really flare up here, Tony. They can bring in whatever they possibly can to the round. They've only managed to maintain those 2 rifles in the Phantom and Vandal there as well. The rest of the players are going to be forced out either onto upgraded pistols or perhaps even just the submachine guns at this stage. It certainly is not an ideal scenario for them.
Cards, you see the ping there. Horror likes to play close, and Notick have read it. They know where he plays, they know what's going on, and potentially looking to split C to this final round here. Noisier for a bit of a peek. Will tap and stick out the orb. Gets himself his ultimate, and now they have a few to work with here. And of course, for the side of RipNTear, neural theft available, but they're going to have to find that first kill.
It is not all over yet. This first kill could dictate the game, Tony. RipNTear need to play this cautiously. It's a steep journey ahead of them. Let's see if they can maintain that defense. The side of Notick obviously treading their way towards the A site this time. Lukey holding close, does have the support of Void, so heavy presence, heavy vision towards that short position, but in kind, that's given Notick the opportunity to perhaps flank behind them.
That paranoia's come in at the right time to teleport to Heaven, and it's free actually, no, underneath Heaven for Noisier, and well, he's got himself into the site with the rest of his teammates. Sicko finds the first, Infrequent and Pixel chime in kind, and left 2 now, already 2. Koro and Greg, what can they do? It's the first from Koro. He's got himself back into that smoke, but he's backed against a wall, and Noisier will find that kill. Left to 2v1. Both very low HP. They need to get that spike. They need to get it down, and Greg, he's got the timing, he's got the walk up, but Pixel's got the lineup. 13-5, Notick in a blowout first map. Claim it on RipNTear and start a 1 lead in the series.
Notick off to a banging start tonight, and I am so excited to see what the rest of the series shapes up to be, Tony, because there certainly is room for improvement to be seen on the RipNTear side, but I feel like coming into this next map, they might show their true colors.
And, well, the second map will be Ascent. Notick very, very confident on that map. Of course, we saw him take it very close in overtime against Order in day 1, but of course, that will be it for map number 1. We will be going to a quick commercial break. When we are back, we'll be live with map number 2. It's Notick's map pick. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Low Eel Ben Expert Invitational, and I, of course, TwoTapTony, Matsy, and guys, don't go anywhere. There's more action coming very, very soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the L'Oreal Men Expert Invitational. Of course, we just saw a dominant first map from Notick against RipNTear, and we're going into map number 2, Ascent. RipNTear's pocket pick, but Notick's map pick. This is going to be very, very interesting.
I mean, considering how we saw RipNTear perform in the last series, taking it all the way, losing it out 14-12 on Ascent, like, this is going to be a really close one, I feel. Like, sure, it was a little bit slow on that first map, but I feel like this second map is certainly going to be the test.
It's truly going to be that way, of course. We don't know too much about this Notick roster's Haven, of course. About their Ascent. They only have played it once, of course, in this entire Invitational, where it went 13-15 in favor of Order, but well, it's going to be interesting to see, of course. I'm expecting to see some very, very comfort picks, some very aggressive ones at that, maybe even a Sage going into this game.
And it looks like we are going to be swinging into the game now, Tony. I'm not sure how your game's shaping up, but mine is shaping up fine. As we do have Notick on the attacker side this time around, even opting to bring out the Sage. We've actually seen Sage fall out of favor a little bit in the more recent days, but it's nice to see her make a comeback here.
It's definitely interesting to see. You can do so many boosts here with the Sage Wall and get yourself in some very nasty angles. And of course, Pixel, we have to mention it, he's the only one that has played Sage this entire Invitational. No one else really feeling to give that character a go.
Yeah, I feel like there's a pocket strategy in order for the side of Notick on that one. Perhaps they really know how to play around that Sage pick, because obviously there are a lot of positives that can come out of the Sage. Like, the healing might not be as great as it used to be, as well as the range on the slow orbs there, but it still certainly is effective. Like, being able to heal your teammate in the rounds could be what makes or breaks the round for your side, honestly.
Interesting pace to the pistol. Pixel, as you said, using that boost wall to check in through middle here. Void in the window, playing it very smart and safe, casual in this site. Sicko, though, finds the first opener for the side of Notick, and they're going slowly but surely into this site here as everybody being found and no one left standing by RipNTear. Lukey even getting found by Pixel. It's not even a chance. Noisy are taken, but 1v4 here for the side of RipNTear.
Let's see exactly what is going to happen here. Scroll left in a 1 versus 4 situation right now. Pistol in hand and has so many things to do. Gonna use the recon dart to reveal something. It gets destroyed just as quickly as it's pushed out. And this spike's ticking down as well. The best Scroll can hope for at this stage is maybe take some of them with him. But other than that, Tony, I think he's doing a good job of just keeping them on the side at the end of the day. Because, like, you want as many of those players as you can to really go down with the spike. Looks like only one of them going to go down with the spike this time, though. Scroll manages to save the pistol, so at a bare minimum, might be able to use that coming into this round. But nonetheless, not a good start for RipNTear.
Definitely isn't. And a hot showing for the side of Notick, and Noisier, you can see he's crashing with anticipation. He's ready to go. At a moment's notice, Spectres, of course, across the border. Bulldog and a Ghost for the side of RipNTear. As you said, a pistol saved, but not much else. Void, the shorty, playing very, very close, but the crossfire set up towards the catwalk, and it's a bit of early aggression towards middle here. Just smokes to cover. Still going for a peek.
Let's see if those peaks will prove to be favorable for either side right now. Pixel being very confident, already pushing up towards that pizza position. Just holding behind the wall at the moment. Knows that there is going to be somebody hiding away towards the defender side spawn. Do obviously have the sound of the footsteps available to them there. Now making the further movements.
Very nice wall there. Blocks off CC, and it's very interesting to see Pixel Pixel playing this character like it's a jet very, very far up and very up in the mix here, and he will have to check Lukey in a quick second there, though. Kamsi's backed him up there, and a quick swing, a double, almost a triple there, pulls out the pistol, will get it done, heals himself, walks it out. Pixel playing the battle sage here, and it's paying off dividends for Notick.
Yeah, Notick, a lot of confidence in their play right now, but in saying that, Void gonna be a nuisance to them. Did take out one of them with the shorty there. Unfortunately, nobody else left to follow as Pixel closes it out with a nice 4-piece.
And apparently, you look at the stats, he is the only one carrying the flag here for Sage players in OCE, and well, credit to Pixel, that is a phenomenal thing to do. Of course, a lot of gifted Sage players, of course, in the last few patches, but not in this one. Of course, Sage very, very underused, and well, Pixel showing that Battle Sage is the way to go now.
Let's see if we can find a few more picks coming through on Pixel here. Obviously, Notick looking to make their presence known, rather, towards this B site right now. Already charging through. Infrequent going to run out of bullets, though. And it looks like RipNTear starting off strong, but in kind, Notick starting off stronger, taking the man advantage early on, even going for the res there.
That's so cheeky. Baits the peek from Koro, and then Kamsi finding poor Void in that back of sight, and a 3-0 lead starting strong again here for Notick. And again, this Battle Sage 6-0, a phenomenal job from Pixel. And shortly, of course, backed by Kamsi 4-0, 3-1 for Noisia. Frequent yet to find a kill, but I'm sure we'll find some in the later stage of this half, as well, Notick are looking to continue that dominant lead that they started the first map with.
Yeah, certainly starting off strong at the moment. Looking to continue that as well. Certainly have a high chance to do so, considering that the side of RipNTear going to be stuck on those pistols. A very well-controlled spray there from Pixel. Takes out Koro towards the short position. Now has a couple more players that he's going to need to deal with, but he's just cut off that line of sight completely, Tony. They're going to be able to take control of this map with ease now.
And it's very interesting to see. You saw him bait the jump up, potentially, because he knows Void must be close, and well, goes for the wall bang. Unfortunately not able to do anything. He has to heal himself up. And on the other side of things here, Infrequent has found an empty A site. Decides to walk in though. A peek comes from heaven. It's Scroll with the Sheriff, and we've seen that man do some magical things with this pistol in this Invitational, and he needs to do just that little bit more. Shots coming out, not quite able to find anything, and Notick will overwhelm that A site.
Great way to start things off here, taking control of the site, getting that plant down. Now it's all going to be on RipNTear to really fire things up, take control of the site back, but just like that, a flawless victory to come through from Notick. The after plant positions just proving to be too strong.
And Notick just proving to be too strong overall, 4-0, and continuing to mount a sizable lead on this attack half. Of course, Ascent, a map I feel very evenly sided. Of course, it's all up to how you take mid control every round, and well, that's why you see such a lead from Notick. They're able to find it, they're able to block off middle completely with that wall. Just take a site as they choose, and RipNTear, they're going to need to start to answer, because this is, of course, the second map. Void might be seeing some aggression towards B main.
Looks like the aggression is certainly coming through from the side of RipNTear there. Void starting off strong. Koro even joining in a little bit late to the party, but does join very dominantly nonetheless. Now the side of Notick pushing their way towards A. Seiko and Infrequent gonna be the ones to do it. Greg already close to the mark, ready to spark things. Let's see if they can do it.
Brilliant peek there from Infrequent. Here's the drone knows his play, gonna be peeking with it there. The pre-fire comes out, but Scroll wins it better. Sicko now 1v2 has a player to a generator, and Greg will swing a nice round, finally being put on the board by RipNTear. But a strong start to that for Notick. Of course, Void did get a nice double with good trades. Just good team play all around the board to find RipNTear there first.
Nice way to get themselves on the board there, Tony, and let's see if they can continue it. As it is going to be a difficult task. The first of potentially many. Lukey going to be the only one copying the L there. Might actually be able to get one of his teammates to buy him a weapon. But let's see what direction they choose to place themselves in.
Notick setting up for this that B onslaught that they've known to do, and Hunter's Fury already coming out, flushing Scroll towards the boathouse, and Telly comes in. He's going to be dissipated. Void has the knives out to work with, and well, Notick need to go quickly here. Void has already found the first. He sees the jump up, but there's a lot more players to deal with. As now the kills are going the way of Notick, but RipNTear are easily there to trade. Ellen Page now forced out of the angle. It's left to poor Pixel. The Battle Sage spotted by the recon dart as well. He's going to have to make something of a miracle happen.
Let's see if miracles are going to be swinging the way of Notick right now. Pixel, one man left to do it all, and the utility not there anymore either. Just trying to spray through those bullets. Still have quite a few of them remaining. But the side of RipNTear remaining poised and composed, not biting at those bullets, just going to hold steady. They know the pressure is on Pixel to get that spike plant down.
30 seconds left.
Walk up now, checks the corners, sees the smoke, spots the peak. Koro though wins it out, a good one-tap wallbang straight to the dome, and RipNTear finally finding themselves a second round here. But Notick aren't going to be feeling too worried. Of course, plenty of money in their pockets and many more rounds to come after that.
Now, we push our way into round number 7 here, Tony. Notick still have quite an abundance of cash behind them. The credits are there. Let's see if they can continue to use them. Or perhaps they may be torn away.
Oh my god, Void going straight through that smoke, straight through that wall as he shoots his way on in, and well, he's immediately shut down. Koro slow orbed as well. Pixel just making a sole statement towards middle, not allowing anybody from RipNTear any sort of presence. Koro even being tagged up towards lower mid. And what can they do there? The telly to cross. But this mid hole from Notick has been phenomenal. Spray through that smoke as well. They shut it down. Left to 3 for RipNTear, and it's all how she wrote here. Scroll needs to get himself back to this B site quickly.
And just like that, Scroll has gotten onto the side, but their location's been revealed in kind. Side of Notick know exactly where Scroll is potentially going to be playing from. The pressure's on right now. Gets some shots off. Manages to line up one. Seiko able to get the refrag immediately, though. And that is going to be the spike plant secured. Pixel's position proving pivotal, but unfortunately not going to be enough. And that's actually given the RipNTear side an advantage through the Newell theft.
You know exactly where these players are. Lukey, Greg, 2v2. Fault line there, tossed towards the workshop. Lukey tries for a bang. That's his player there as well. Sicko returns it in kind, and well, now they start to double stack up. Walk on in, and Carmsy nailing a first. Gets traded by Greg down to the 1v1 and will come out swinging. Sicko takes it. And RipNTear are going to drop another round. 5-2. The Notick.
A nice way to bring themselves back into the game there. Greg obviously having their attention diverted towards the later stages, trying to clear out the boathouse, but little did they know the player was stuck on the side box and did come back with a nasty sting. And let's see if the side of RipNTear will be able to find themselves in this round. Obviously, most of them able to buy up pretty decently. Lukey, the only one stuck on the sheriff there. That could come back to bite them in the later stages, Tony. But just like that, Notick going to be taking that mid control.
Mid Control being taken. Oh my god, Pixel nails it through the smoke. Goes exactly where Void is, and just like that, it's two members advantage for RipNTear. I'm very... two members advantage for Notick. I'm so confused, dazed. And these kills have been absolutely filthy from Notick.
Yeah, they certainly know how to get the kills, Tony. I feel like I'd have a lot of confidence if the side of Notick were forced to do some dissection on the surgery table, because they have such precision behind their hands.
Oh. Scroll will hit the floor. Left to poor Greg, and he will be found by Infrequent lurking around middle. And 6-2, Notick starting this one similar to their last one. Do we see a similar scoreline? RipNTear need some sort of a lifeline, some sort of rope to get themselves out of this well.
Let's see if they brought a ladder, Tony, or otherwise climbing gear. Because otherwise, if they are stuck at the bottom of the well, we know the walls are going to be slippery. It's going to be a very difficult and strenuous task to try and push their way back. But there still is opportunities for it to occur. Stuck on the pistols right now, yes, but that doesn't mean it's all over. They can find those kills. They just need to line them up.
Frequent, that is the most scary peak I've ever seen him go for, and he will win it out. Remember, disadvantage again for the side of RipNTear, and that's potentially already drawn the rotate here. Void and Lukey are walking their way back over, and well, they've baited it out completely here. Spike in the hands of Calms here. They will be walking up to B as soon as get themselves there. Of course, camera tripwired, and Infrequent really selling this fake. Oh.
Very nicely done on the side of Notick there, taking complete control. RipNTear do take out Infrequent, steal the weapon away, but in kind, they have managed to plant themselves onto the B site. Should be able to get this plant down fairly easily. Now the pressure's going to be on RipNTear to take the site back.
Smoke towards spawn. 4v4. Oh, Hunter's Fury being deployed at a very crucial time. Nails, nice double there. Sicko will find Lukey, and well, now 3 left for the RipNTear side. These members are holding strong for Notick. No one daring to overpeak. A lot of warbangs coming out. Sicko with another. And these kills are just going all the way of Notick right now.
Very nicely done on the side of Notick there, taking control of the round, only losing 1 member. I'd say that that's a worthy cost for them. Like, they played that strategically really well. It was a really sound strategy, leaving Infrequent as the outlier towards the A site, just diverting their attention, just really doing his job well.
Well, we're getting now later into the half. It's 7-2. Notick, maybe looking at that 10-2 at this stage. Very, very strong performance, but RipNTear have guns to work with. Bulldog in the hands of Scroll. Some Vandals across the board, and for the side of Notick, just more flexing of their muscles. And I have to say, again, this stage has been absolutely pivotal in some of these holds, some of these hits. Just non-stop aggression there.
Oh, Infrequent was so close to just completely decapitating Greg there with the daggers. Managed to dash his way into the sky and did so much work, taking him all the way down to 50 health. Luckily for the side of RipNTear, Greg is still alive, but he's barely breathing. Just praying to a god that he don't believe in. Let's see how the side of Notick now chooses to adapt their strategy. Going for the 5-man stack up towards B. Do you think Lukey's going to be ready for them?
He's got the camera in play to work with. Does take a shot, but they know his position. Koro, the teleport, fakes it out. Actually, I think he got shot out by Pixel and the rest of Notick as they now come barreling into the site. Pixel knows exactly where he is. He's still up on the boost. They just need to flush Lukey out, and the site's all theirs. Noisia will be finding Koro, though. Lukey still in the back of the site doing some absolutely massive things. Void and Greg have found these kills. It's left to Noisia all of a sudden to retrieve that spike in a 1v3. Spike in Boathouse. He needs to wide swing Lukey, but he's got Greg to back him up. Shot comes out. Bait to come on in, but he's playing a ringer around a Rosie. Lukey's playing this one flawlessly, though. The kill comes in. Spike not so much, and oh my god, a crucial hold there from RipNTear. They shut it completely out of that B hit.
Nobody was able to deal with Lukey, Tony, and Lukey was really a great force and really hinged on their success for the side of RipNTear there. Like, the players, they tried to clear out that boathouse angle, but then after he took out the initial two, he just remained unchecked from there. Everything just came falling down on them. Let's hope that this doesn't hinder the confidence of the side of Notick.
Definitely hasn't seemed to have shaken them. They're back to their good old way of things here, and it's already the TP boathouse. Noisia has got himself so deep and into this site infrequent, and the help of Pixel finding all these kills, though. The headbang on the Void as he walks out, and well, the hold may have been good in that last round, but not so much in this one. Scrawl and Greg left already in a 2v5.
Ooh, make that onto a 2v4. Now 1v4, it's all on Greg. 40 points of health. Does have an abundance of utility to play with, though, so certainly could use that to perhaps find something here, but the opportunity won't be afforded to him. Pixel gets the job done, and that is going to be the last round of the half coming up now.
It's 8-3. Last round of the half, and last round before the swap, we get to see RipNTear on their attack side of Ascent, and Notick how they choose to defend. Of course, they do have the Sage, and rightfully so. They've been only using that B boost. We haven't seen the short peek come out. Maybe too common of a play to come out, and well, I'm absolutely sure we'll see more Sages after this Invitational.
Oh, I certainly wouldn't doubt it, Tony. You see that there is value in the play, but as we say that, there's going to be value coming through on the side of RipNTear. Void uses the Blade Storm, and is going to be able to find lots of success planting Kamsi in the dirt once again, picking up another one. He's already on a 4-piece, Tony. He could be in contention for even more. Seeking him out. He takes down Pixel. One more to go. Scroll gets it done, and that is going to be a flawless victory. What a way to end the half.
Oh, what a way to close it. Void gets the ace. Unfortunately, not an official one, because of course he had to kill a player a second time from the res of Pixel, but almost on for the 6. Doesn't quite get it. The Hexakill not comes in. But for the side of RipNTear, a sign of life after such a brutal half. Notick now on their defense side, and RipNTear now to look for some more rounds here on the attack.
RipNTear now just in a team discussion before they push their way into the round. They know exactly what they need to do, and let's see if they are going to be able to do it. Looking to go for the early middle control here. Do have Pixel holding the close angle. Not going to be holding from afar, though. Now just jiggling it out, trying to see if somebody might be eager enough to get a little close. Ooh, does spot one out there. Takes the initial damage. Isn't going to find anything further, though, but that's great intel. His team can play off that.
Oh, never mind. They've been walled off completely, though. Void has to go across and over the top. It's Noisia finding that first kill there. Greg, though, in quick trades and quick success, will find that kill in return. Kamsi now looking to do his best Lukey impression. The Pixel, though, angle from Market has found a kill, and all like that, infrequent finds a final, and 9-2. Sorry, 9-4. Notick, I think that round there is in the blink of an eye.
Really great how they distanced themselves from the round. Just waited a moment, Waited to see what RipNTear was planning, and then once they got a grasp on it, really got the understanding of how they wanted to approach the round, they managed to approach the round the way that they wanted to. And you see Notick take the pistol.
Need to take a few more to close it out, and well, for RipNTear, they're gonna have to find anything short of a miracle against the rifles of the side of Notick, because Infrequent's still in that site, and he's just sitting in smokes right now. No one gonna be able to find him, though. The pistols come out finally. They will get him. As now, Notick already losing 2 and losing an A site. So pistols of all things, Pixel on the flank will quickly find a kill on a Koro. 3v4. And very good post-plant positions here for RipNTear.
Yeah, and Void even opted to give his weapon over to one of his teammates who was a little bit healthier, knowing that he is going to be low. Maybe someone else might be able to deal a more sensitive blow, but as we say that, Noisia going to be the last one alive. Almost gets it done, but nonetheless, a thrifty round to come through. RipNTear strike back.
That was almost doable there. The peak, though, caught out Pixel in the open. Had to heal himself and couldn't quite pull the gun back out. And a valiant effort from Noisia, but in the end, RipNTear get themselves an A site. They get themselves around 5-9. And inside of RipNTear, it's a bit of a lifeline. They have guns, they have money, they have everything to work with.
Now, let's see how things shape up for the side of Notick. Obviously forced onto the eco this round. Their options a little bit more limited, but nonetheless, looks like they are getting a bit more aggressive in their play. Seeker, seeking out that information early on, knows that there is quite a few players stacked up to the outside. A does have the support of Infrequent on the Sheriff as well, so they certainly could line one up here. Infrequent, so close yet so far, does dash away, fading out on 30 points of health. So there is still that line of defense, but it is going to be hard to try and maintain it.
Taking some pot shots in free, trying to find maybe something through that smoke, but not able to. Oh, still did rotate early on, but now we'll fall back over to mid. Calmsy is going to be fault lined there up on short, and he's got a really nice angle here for the Frenzy and could be finding a pick on a Koro in just a second. That paranoia comes fully out, and now the spotted Calmsy will take that kill. The rest of RipNTear up on this A site and looking to make a mess of things. Calmsy taking some pot shots with that Vandal. And a lot of warbangs coming out, trying to shoot through the floor, but the door can be shot out. 4v4 here, likes of RipNTear.
4 versus 4 situation. Let's see if they can change that. 3-on-3 now. Pixel able to change the score. Even getting another one there, Tony. Going for the res just to have some insurance. But just like that, it's only one player remaining in Scrawl. He's already fading away from the site. He has accepted defeat here. Does have the Hunter's Fury available, but not going to use it this time, Tony. And Notick, strike back.
Was a believer for a second, man. He had the Fury, and he's done it before from a position like that, but fortunately, not this time. He's going to save it for a rainy day. 5-10 here, and Notick making a very interesting round. Of course, only pistols, so Calmsy go absolutely huge. Pixel as well, retrieving those guns and putting them to work. 2 now from match point. Notick in a very commanding fashion. Looking to close this game and close it 2-0 and move on through to the lower bracket final to face the loser of EXO Order just tomorrow.
Nice early damage dished out from Infrequent there. Certainly dealing a heavy blow towards Void. Let's see how the side of RipNTear choose to shape themselves up though. They've got that split presence, so there certainly is options available to them. Which site they choose to head towards, however, is still up for discussion.
Hunter's Fury, Recon Dart has spotted Seiko, but he's got the fancy feet, the blue suede shoes, as he moves left and right, and will be not saying goodnight this time as, well, It's only a tagged up Void. RipNTear looking a little lost in this round. They were almost reliant on that opening pick being found, but down to 35 seconds. And Frequent in a very nice corner, though. Needs to find the first. He will. Swings out for the second. The right click, though, from Void coming in strong. And, well, now RipNTear try to take this A site, but not if the spikes dropped on short in the hands of Notick. Pixel under heaven as well. Just completely denying anything here. Void drops. Left to scroll. 13 seconds. Noiser on the other side of that smoke.
Scroll left to do it all once again. Stuck in the corner and is going to be taken apart. Noisier left to clean things up. Now 2 rounds away, Tony, potentially from taking this series. The pressure starts to build continually on the side of RipNTear.
A non-stop onslaught here from Notick. 11-5. Of course, a rough buy again for the side of Notick. It's Stinger, Void, Phantom for Scroll, Greg with a Vandal, Stinger as well, Lukey, and well, looks like the B hit will be coming in quickly as we say it though, and the drop comes in. Pixel reads it though. He's got them play. He's got the first player. Now what do RipNTear dare to do? Snow Orb walled off. Bangs coming through. Koro though gets a quick kill. Calmsy trades it in kind, and just like that, the B hit shut down as quickly as it can come in. Sicko as well finding Lukey. Scroll dropped to the floor, and it's infrequent to find the final 12-15. 12-5, sorry. And Notick are looking on track to go on through to the lower bracket final.
There's only 1 round between them and pushing on, Tony. The pressure is certainly there on the side of Notick as well. They just need to overcome this one last obstacle in order to find that success. But in kind, the pressure is exponential on the side of RipNTear, because this could be the end of their run.
Quite a journey it has been, but for the side of RipNTear, they can't stop believing. They've come so far. To fall even further would be a disheartening finish for them. Of course, blowing everybody's expectations. Seed number 8 coming all the way in, and oh my god, it's already a first pick found by Seiko. The Rolling Thunder being deployed. Now the kills are coming in here, but it's only on the side of Notick as they're all being dropped just outside of Garden. Seiko trying to find a few more. Greg and Scroll left in the 2v4. They're coming swinging into Garden. Seiko's done some good damage, but the Guardian coming out from Greg. 3v2 now, 40 seconds, and they've wrapped their way into spawn here for RipNTear.
2 versus 3 here.
30 seconds left.
Greg and Scroll left to try and see if they can pick up the pieces. They've got 1 player left under them on the site.
Oh.
Pixel does spot them.
Oh.
Pixel gets it done. That is going to be it, everybody. Notick take the series 2-0.
And such a strong performance. Pixel there to finish with 23 kills. That Sage was absolutely killer there, and the rest of his team, of course, showing up big when it matters most. And this is a different Notick than we saw from them this morning. They're looking very warmed up, and hopefully we see their progress through to the lower bracket finals tomorrow. Unfortunately, that will be RipNTear bowing out in the lower bracket round 1, and it's unfortunate to see them go. We like to see an underdog, Matt, but can't quite happen this time.
No, unfortunately, we will not see success on the side of RipNTear there. And a big congratulations to Notick for managing to pull through with a very dominating performance. It is great to see just how That team's identity has continued to form. Their growth has been exponential, and I am so excited to see more of what they're capable of.
Indeed, so am I. Notick looking very, very good. And of course, we will be seeing them tomorrow for the Invitational. And we will be also seeing them over in the first strike group stage. Will be interesting to see. Of course, they qualified for that. And looking to see them grow in the future. Of course, adding in Frequence, adding Noisier to this roster after the departure of Ninum and Digdog. And it's going to be so key. A team to watch in the future. But guys, again, we have to give a shout out to all the sponsors that made this event possible and made this Invitational what it is. Of course, L'Oreal Men Expert Invitational. There we go. I got it right this time, Matt. I did catch myself there.
You better.
I got it. And again, shout out to Intel. We look, of course, over at the prize pool for tomorrow. These teams will have the opportunity of winning $6,000 and 5 lovely Intel gaming PCs. Of course, sponsored by Intel themselves, a partner here for the L'Oreal Men Expert Invitational. And of course, second place will be taking home $3,000, third with a K. And, well, guys, that will be it for us here on the community stream. Hopefully you enjoyed what we had to bring for you. Of course, it was a pleasure, Matsy. And, guys, if you enjoyed what you heard from us and want to keep up to date with everything that we are doing, of course, a cheeky plug at TwoTapTony, at Matsy on Twitter. Guys, that is going to be it for us. We'll throw you over to the main stream where EXO and Order are doing battle right now. A very close series. And, guys, hopefully you enjoy the action. Peace out.